My name is Robert Boler. I wrote and directed Patrisrchy, which is a 10-minute short about human trafficking and the relationship about the two characters, the son and the father in it.
So it is, I'm sorry, a fiction film or a narrative film?
It is a fiction film, yes, or narrative, yeah, about human trafficking.
Great. And how did you come about writing this story, or why did you want to tell this story?
Well, I first heard about human trafficking. It was a large kind of a ministry conference, and one of the groups that put that on was actually a group that had rescued numerous girls from human trafficking, and they had one girl speak about her experiences, and that moved me. I came to find out that we're actually, whoa!
Sorry, that looked
Nope.
like it was
No, I saw that, yeah.
Sorry, let's go back. Sorry, sorry if you could start again or whatever.
Yeah,
sorry, it looked like it was going to hit you, so.
one did fall down back there.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go back. It's very windy today. So I'm sorry. What inspired the story?
I first found out about human trafficking at a large ministry conference where they actually had an organization that was rescuing girls from being trafficked for the sex trade. And one of them shared her stories with us, and that actually was the first time I was ever exposed to human trafficking. I mean, I don't think most people even know that there's some form of slavery that's still going on today. And after that, I started talking to numerous organizations in Dallas. We're actually from Texas, and Dallas, among other cities, has actually a pretty large human trafficking problem. With it's in businesses, and it's very taboo. It's very hard to prove. And it's very hard to actually gather enough evidence to break something. So legally, there are police and there's organizations that work to stop it and also to help the girls once they're taken out of it. But it's such a, I mean, it's a lot like terrorism versus fighting World War II, where there's not exactly a mob that does this. It's very organized, but it's very hidden, and it's a large network of things that are hard to prove.
So, what was the audience response to your film, the screening this afternoon?
We actually screened yesterday, but to Patrisrchy, we got a good reaction. It screened before a documentary about human trafficking in Africa specifically, and that one I enjoyed very much. I think that was called Shed No Tears. We actually had dinner with that director, and we talked a lot, and it was good. They dealt more with it, actually, where it starts, and then Patrisrchy actually covered where that is domestically, where there's actually either businesses or people who move the girls around. So, do you want to do that again because the helicopter?
Oh, sure.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. That'd be a good idea.
Okay.
To do it again,
It's great to interview filmmakers because they totally.
Right. Yeah. I just got off a documentary shoot, so we're like playing. No. Yeah. Shoot. What was that question? Oh, the other film. Yeah. Yeah, to the screening, the audience gave us a warm reaction. We screened with Shed No Tears, and with another one, another short, I believe it was called 1.2 Million, that were all about human trafficking, and I'm really glad that it's becoming kind of a mainstream issue where it's been very kind of taboo before. We were the only narrative one about it, which actually I liked because obviously in the mainstream a lot of people may not be the most excited about documentaries as much as they are narrative films, but I do like trying to get a narrative film that people will enjoy as entertainment, but it's got a lot more than just that entertainment. It's got some kind of social issue involved in it. So.
And that's important to you as a filmmaker to maybe try to combine the two? Or?
It is. It's very important. I think that entertainment and activism are matched at that level, so that the mainstream will care about it and they'll enjoy learning about it, and they'll be driven to do something about it once they're exposed to that. But they won't come see it. A lot of times if it's just not if it's a documentary, but if it looks boring. So to get people to care, I mean, I think it's important that there is either some entertainment wrapped up in it or there's some entertainment surrounding it, but then that you get to the heart of the issue in what you're doing.
That's great. I think that's a good balance, what you're talking about. It's a good balance because you don't want to lecture people, but at the same time you don't want them to walk away with nothing. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? So what's next for your film? Where's it at in the festival circuit run?
Patriarchy, we actually just found out yesterday, was accepted to another festival, the Glenrose Neo Relics Festival in Texas, outside Fort Worth, and we're waiting on word back from many other festivals. And I'm excited. Someday, I don't know soon, but I would like to adapt this either into a feature narrative or into a documentary about human trafficking, either one. So
that's great. Good luck. Yeah. Can people find out about your future screenings or more about the film? Do you have a website or?
Absolutely, yeah. Patriarchy has a website, patriarchymovie.com. And there's that. We're also, of course, on Facebook and all the social media things, and we post frequently about news about the film, and there's a trailer up. You can request copies. And actually, we're working on getting copies to sell, and when we do sell those, we're probably going to donate somewhere around 40% of the proceeds to organizations. Like in Dallas, there's the Mosaic Family Services that actually helps girls once they're taken out of the trafficking rings, and we really want this to have an impact for them, especially just spreading the word about human trafficking. So
that's great. That's great that you're giving back. That's great. Let's talk about Artivist for a second. I think Artivist is a unique festival. What do you think about being here? What the importance, I guess, of festivals like this one?
Well, to be honest, this is our first festival, and I'm really glad that it's Artivist, honestly, because it seems to be a lot less about who's who and the glamour, and a lot more about what the content of the films is and what people are talking about. And that's something that I will more gladly give myself to, is a group of people who are working to change things rather than just maybe a big fanfare about movies. So
you'll get some glamour tonight at the award ceremony, but you're right, there is a focus on kind of celebrity and the charities, the nonprofits that are here. So that's great.